let's go back, please. Okay, let's start with Christian. Number one, what is the conventional truth? Oh, you have candies?
It's very
So you went to Halloween?
It's
Wow.
She's like taking fucking candy.
Okay, alright, so
Whoever doesn't get one and blame her, she feel like 9. Lard. Wait, who's in number 1?
yeah.
Wait, Christine. Wait. Oh, number 21. What's your name?
Okay.
It's the 3rd.
Yeah, but you got that. Okay. Go ahead, Kristen. Yeah, number one, please.
Number one says to describe the conventional truth in the Mahayana tradition. And the main concept in the Mahayana conventional truth is the doctrine of the two truths. And what the two truths basically says is that our perception in life is split between the ultimate and the conventional. The ultimate is revealing that what we see is real, and conventional is what we see, what we want to see. And each of them is originated in the Nagarjuna and the Mahayana traditions.
That's all. So can you give one example of the conventional truth?
Let's say, like, conventional would be if we look out the window and we see like this grass, what we want to see is a tree, so our conventional is...
But what is the truth? Why?
The truth is saying that there is no tree, but what we want to see is a tree.
Oh. Remember in the Four Noble Truths I told you about the truth, right? Remember? The truth should be true now, or has been true in the past, and will be the true in the future, right? According to Buddhist view, right? Throughout the time, it should be true, right? So conventional way. Who can give one example of conventional? Yes, sir.
Like boys wear blue, girls wear pink. It wasn't always that way. Like changed.
Kind of. It's just. What did you say again?
Like boys wear blue, girls wear pink. Like that was, you know.
Not
like
really.
20s.
Not really. So.
Green. Brown.
I understand that, but still. People with different planets may define male and female different way, right? But I'm talking about in general. Remember what we talk about? What remember? Remember about the body. Remember the physical body that we born, right? Asian. I have the white hair already. Oh, you? You have white hair?
One or two.
Huh?
That's Chinese.
You don't have yet?
I'm still young like that.
Okay, illness, sickness. There. So this is true for everything. Is that right? Okay, it's true for everything, regardless of male, female, whichever form of life, right? And basically based upon what? Impermanent. Impermanence. So that's conventional truth, right? Nothing lasts forever. The conventional truth, right? And that's what in Buddhist view. Okay. Yes.
So my tree example was right.
I'm not sure. Can you repeat that? Say that the tree is green? What do you say again?
Like when we look outside, we just see grass, but what we want to see are the trees.
She said she doesn't work in
Oh, that's your perception. That's your view is different. The truth means is whether you see or not, it's still there. Right? Whether you see male or female, yeah, you have some happiness. That's the truth. Understand? So when you see out there, you want to see the flower only. That's your perception, your views. Your views shape how you conduct your life. It's conventional. Okay. Yeah. All right. So all right. Let's move on. Number 2. Who does number 2? Yes, sir. What's the ultimate truth? What's the difference? Yes, go ahead. Yeah. What's this? What ultimate truth? Yes. You do too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Give me ultimate truth. What's it mean?
This one was hard. I had a little trouble understanding this one because it was a little abstract. But what I kind of came to understand was like the basic idea of ultimate truth is that there's no distinctive things or beings.
Okay.
It says that like that doesn't mean that things don't exist, but it just means they're not like there's no distinctions to say what is this and what is that. It was hard. Nothing explained it very well.
Yeah, and he believed heavily in how it has to be beyond logic in a sense, because our perceptions limit our understanding of it. Kind of like words, the way in which we understand it affects how we communicate. So he believed it should be beyond words and, in his very grandiose way, very open.
And this one considered as conventional truth too. Good, bad, black, white, male, female, and so forth. The ultimate truth is go beyond that, right? It go beyond the conception, go beyond the expression, go beyond your views and so forth, right? And why do this emphasize on this absolute truth? Yeah, why is that? You know why?
Wait, what? What was the question?
Why the Buddhists emphasize on this absolute truth?
Because the Buddha was strongly against
Ultimate truth, yeah.
he was kind of against dualities. He believed that it was a falsehood in a sense. So the ultimate truth being beyond dualities is a...
In the practical sense, why, again, we talk many times, why you have test stress. Why?
Professors are mean.
Really? Not me, right?
No, not you. Not
Okay.
you.
You're the professor.
And why? Why you have test stress? Yes, sir, why?
Because we're worried about the outcome.
Yes. Yes.
Because what?
Good, bad. Right? You worry about the outcome. Why? Why you worry about outcome? Why? It's affecting your GPA. Is that right?
Yes.
Alright, so that's why you're concerned about your grade. But remember, in the practical sense, when you understand what's the ultimate truth, try to go beyond that. Try to go beyond that type of stress, that type of worriness, that type of concern. Why is that? Why? As soon as you walk into the class to take the test, and if you worry about whether you have an A, B, and so forth, what happened to you? Remember we talked about that, right? What happened if you expect that you would get an A on the test? What happened?
You don't.
What happened?
You feel like a failure.
No, not failure. It stress you out. It stress you out, especially when how many of you are taking multiple choice tests this semester?
Those are the ones.
I
Okay.
wish.
Sometimes you circle the right one, right? And later on, what happened?
You did. You erased it.
you pick up the wrong one. Is that right? It stresses you out because you worry. Oh, with your under thinking, somehow you pick up the wrong one instead of the right one. And it happens many people. That's why if you just follow, that's why I told many times, if you just follow your intuition, of course you study hard to memorize the term and so forth, to analyze it, but still, you try to use your intuition instead of analytical thinking. Make sense? Right? Or even the way that you deal with your friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, right? Sometimes some problem occur from your mind, right? Is that right? Your perception about him or her. If he or she go out with someone else, you put big question on them. Is that right? Good and bad. Oh, I don't know whether he's faithful to me or she's faithful to me, and so forth. That's a problem there. Is that right? You see that? So if we still play around with the conception, with the views, like you say, oh, I see the grass as a flower, but what happened? It's not real. So you may be depressed, you may be stressed out, you may be frustrated, right? Because of that view, you want to have the things that are according to your views. Make sense? That stress you out. So if you go beyond that, you accept whichever thing happening. Let's say suddenly we have the tornado. That's fine too, because it's out of control. Is that right? If I have a power to stop, it's a different story. But it's out of control, right? Have you had any snow here in Houston before? I heard we have some snow before, right?
Once.
All right. Wow. So it's happened. It just happened. So accept that. When you accept that, you stick with your intuition, and this is more safe. You have more peaceful mind. Make sense? And when you have more peaceful mind, you have more wisdom to recognize things. That's why when you circle the right one at first, but later on you analyze too much and you circle the wrong one. Make sense now? So that's the application, a practical application of the ultimate truth and conventional truth. Okay? This is not in theories only. Alright, so let's move on number 3. Yes, you are number 3? Oh, sorry, not you, sorry. Number 3, Robert? Right, who is it?
What?
Number 3.
What number?
You.
9.
So, which one? 9, okay. It's not you.
The question.
Number 3. Deal with emptiness. Who knows what means emptiness in Buddhist terms? This is a term that has a lot of misconception. Emptiness. What means emptiness? Is that nothingness?
No.
Is that meaningless?
No.
What means lady?
That
What's
we
emptiness?
shut up. We make we label things the way they are. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is. It's just what we impose onto it.
So that's our view on the object, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not the meanings. Who knows? Who knows what's the emptiness? Is that nothingness?
Misunderstood?
Huh?
Misunderstanding?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I want to know the definition of emptiness in according to Buddhist view. What's the emptiness?
Everything is empty.
Everything empty, including your laptop, including your iPad.
No.
If someone smashed your iPad, is that emptiness? No? No. Okay, this is hard concept, but this is related to the ultimate truth and conventional truth too. If you understand that, it's much easier in your life. Later on, of course, now you may not understand much, but later on, when you get older, trust me, if you still remember about this kind of concept, it will be helpful for you a lot. Alright, probably now you may not pay attention much, but in the course of your life, when you get older, you will recognize us. Okay, and you see the benefit of that. So again, who knows? Who knows what does it mean by emptiness then? Yeah. So, yes,
I think emptiness would describe it's not that it's nothingness, but
Why?
if it's not nothingness, but you would say like if something is concealed on the inside, you wouldn't find anything. So it's not that there's nothing there, but there's nothing meaningful there.
Who have the feeling of being empty inside, in the emptiness? What happened, Julie? Can you express for
Feeling empty inside, like personally.
express yourself.
Expression.
Why and how?
Like how it feels and why.
How,
it happens.
how did you feel that it's so empty in your inside of your mind or of your life?
I think, well, personally for me, whenever I feel empty, because it happens kind of a lot, like I just haven't really found.
Anything meaningful?
Well, no, I can see that there are things that have meaning. It's just that usually whenever I feel empty, I think I lack a sense of belonging in the world. Because everyone's always just so like, okay, never mind. But I think because whenever I look at people and I kind of see how other people interact with them and then how they feel afterwards, or even just observing people just like out of like a naked eye, like I see that people are always troubled, either with how they feel about themselves or how they feel about like what they perceive in the outside world.
So that's why you feel there's just some empty inside your mind, inside your life. There's not much connection with other people.
Because no one's really unified. Everyone always wants to be individual.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else has well, how? Can you explain?
Emptiness with emotions.
Okay. Can you explain? Can you
Like-
explain?
I don't know how to explain it. I don't have like emotions as far as like when people cry, I don't react. Like I just get really quiet and like stare at them until they stop crying. Like I can't like be like, oh no, what's wrong? Like I'm just like, okay. Let me know when you're not
So
there.
there's no sympathy. Huh?
I don't have sympathy.
Okay. All right.
Ruthless.
That's not the that's
I know.
as your view is different, but your feeling within yourself. Anyone else? Anyone else? Do you have some kind of empty, some kind of empty feeling inside your?
When I'm hungry,
You feel empty?
I swear I feel empty. Like
Of course.
like my stomach
Your
is sick and
that's
anything.
okay. Your stomach is empty. That's what I'm talking about feeling, not your stomach.
That is a feeling.
That's a feeling. Right. Sometimes, yeah, it's lack of belongingness, right?
Yeah.
Lack of connection.
Could be also like a lack of hope.
Yeah, lack of hope. Yes. Lack of meaning. There's no meaningful in life. Who have that feeling, especially this one? Who have this kind of feeling before? You don't find any meaning in life.
I felt that before.
What happened there? Yes.
Well, just like this famous philosophical question. It says, boredom is proof that life has no meaning. Because if life had meaning, we would never be bored. But like they argue against that, saying that like I am the person who gives my life meaning. So like, you know, boredom is a challenge.
Again, yeah, that's right. So who gets bored easily?
Only boring people get bored.
Really?
That's what my sister used to tell me whenever I was like, I'm bored.
So what happened? What happened then? You get bored easily?
Yeah,
Why?
I get restless.
Oh really?
I just,
Maybe you're not tapping into your full potential.
I don't know, maybe.
So always look
Perhaps.
for something to do?
Yeah. I always don't
Otherwise,
like to be moving or doing something. I have a terrible time just sitting here doing nothing.
it would be terrifying for you to stay alone in the room, right? How are you? Does this happen to you? So you say that you feel more easily?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
have to jump here and there?
Yeah, every time.
Okay, again, let me go back to the concept of emptiness again. Okay? Sally, do you know the meaning of happiness again? Have you feel empty? Have you ever had empty feeling in your mind before?
No, but I've seen someone with an empty mind.
Well, how could you know? You have to.
Well, you know, when you look at someone, you can see sometimes there's nothing going on there.
Okay, anyway. So, yeah, sometimes if you could recognize what you're supposed to do, what you are going to do for your life, and so forth, you just let go of everything. That's not nothing. That's not emptiness. And just sometimes you may give up, right? You don't want to do anything else, right? So be careful. That may bring you the state of depression easily. Is that right?
Yeah.
So be careful. So try to get out that state of mind. Let me go back to emptiness. Emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. But emptiness is, remember, I think it's done for you guys. Again. Now let's put this way. Remember this chair. Is that real? You hear the sound? Is that real? Is that real chair?
Yeah.
Real? How long can it last?
Until it doesn't.
Until when? What do you think? Until when? Couple hundred years?
The lifespan of a tree is approximately, I don't know.
I guess until the elements take it?
No, I mean let's.
Until the leg breaks
I
or
wanna
until
say the
there's
chair
no
could last
longer
at least
dead.
another 500 years.
Yes.
And so you how long the trees live in
Yeah.
until you ignore it.
But still, if someone uses this will have the lifespan of
500 years.
let's count as one. And beyond that, we won't be here. Is that right?
No, it'll be pieces.
Yeah, it won't be here. So let's say 1,000 years from now. I ask for 500 more years for you. Okay.
Okay.
So now we say it's real. Let's say 1,000 years, it's gone.
Yeah.
Is that right? How about our body? How long you think you can last? 100 years?
Alive or dead?
100 years.
Let's say 100 years. And after that, what happened to your body then? It'll be gone. Is that right? You see, you understand what I'm talking about? It's now is we call it this drill chair, this drill body. That's right, right? But years, 100 years, centuries from now, I won't be here anymore. Make sense? Remember we talked about the Heart Sutra, forms is emptiness, emptiness is form, remember? Form is now. But the next couple hundred years won't be here. Let's go back to the formless, go back to nothing. I mean that emptiness. That's what it's about. Understand that? So there is no essential, identities within ourselves, the object, and so forth. That's what emptiness is for. But it doesn't mean that we reject everything. It doesn't mean that it's meaningless. It doesn't mean that nothingness. There's some interconnection there. Understand that? All right. So later on, if you pursue further for Buddhist study, you would understand this type of emptiness. Otherwise, it's a lot of misconception. But still, my point I want to say is that emptiness is mean it transforms from one form into others. All right, from forms to formless, from formless to form. Is that right? You understand that? And there's no essential identities of that forms. It just transforms from one form to others. It's like energy. Make sense? Alright, so that's just called one meaning of the emptiness there. Okay? Right. So that we won't attach to things. Like it's very helpful, like it's related to the conventional truth and ultimate truth. When you take a test, try your best. And sometimes some students, of course, it affects your brain, but sometimes people, the student may take a good view of that. What happened then? You will be stressed out. Is that right? Let's say if you somehow, even your cars, if your car somehow is broken down, of course it's broken down, we can try the ways to fix us, right? When you involved in car accident, may leave you, right? Car accident, this to hope that you let the car insurance company to take care of that and to try your best to deal with them. Make sense? Don't try to attach much to the things. Is that right? So that is the concept the practical approach of the meaning of emptiness and meaning of understanding conventional truth, so that we would let go of things much easier.
I think a lot of it's learned though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because a lot of, like, we're taught you can't do this and you can't do that, and if you do this, these are the consequences, and then you're gonna have to deal and blah blah blah. So you're like, your expectations.
That's the point.
It's like, yeah.
And grasping, attachment. Oh, you do attachment, right? Oh, I hope one day someone will do the detachment. Okay, it's better.
Detachment.
All right. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Yes. Okay.
So what do you do when you have grasped the concept of emptiness? So what do you do with that knowledge? Like, how do you apply that into your life?
That's not the knowledge. It's just the way that could help you to go beyond the conception, to go beyond the attachment. Let's say one day somehow you drop down your iPad. Somehow you drop down you drop your laptop, and when they purchased my laptop from the proprietor, and they say that they just give me one try, right? That's when if you drop down, that's one try. Otherwise, they won't replace us with the warranty. But still, so if some mishap happening, just accept and move on. That's the point, right? So don't try to attach too much. Let's say if you engage in some kind of relationship, right? And if your boyfriend's girlfriend find different partners, it's hurtful for you. Is that right?
If you do what? If he does what?
If your boyfriend's girlfriend finds different partner from you, what happened? Then it's hurtful, right? It just go on. Right? Otherwise, if you attach to that, it will be hurtful more for you. Make sense? Or yes?
Is that the same in marriage? Like if the husband and wife, it is attachment is good?
Some kind of too. Especially you have a child now, right?
Yes.
So when he's sick, you're so worried, right?
Yeah.
Not the other child. Why?
Now she doesn't have sympathy. She doesn't
Because
care.
he's young.
No, I care about him.
Yeah.
I don't care about other people though.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why that's bring your problem there.
Yeah.
Make sense?
That's your problem. You can't care about it.
Okay. So even of course it's still a child, but later on, let's say when he's 20, 30, of course you still care for him too, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes again I told you that sometimes it's go beyond your ability to control, right? So to remember the time that you just start to drive the car, and your parents always yell and remind you drive car carefully. Remember that? It stress them out, right?
Yeah.
You may not have much stress than them. Is that right? Why? Because we call attachment. Understand that? So you have to learn from them too. Okay? So let's move on. Number 4, please. Mary?
Yeah, we don't know.
Mary. Who does number 4? Wow. Okay, so okay, now what means skill and means? Who know what means skill and means in Oh, you can?
No, I can't see.
Oh, you can. I'm sorry. Oh, it's turned off by itself, huh? Oh, because we don't use it. Okay, what means skill and means? Alright.
Is the word.
Now, Miss Robinson, what happened? How old is your son? 3. He go to school yet?
Yes.
What happened? He's so lazy that he doesn't want to study. You use any means to have to make him to study.
Do I? I will make him study.
You discipline him, or you give
Yeah.
I'll give him some candy and say, oh.
Yeah, we have to turn his curtains off or something like that. For him to do stuff.
Oh. So you could tell him to cartoon. Alright. Okay. So who knows what means skill means? Anybody? Yes?
Isn't it like the ability to bring people's spiritual personalities out?
Yeah. To help people to understand. in daily life as well as in religious life. Sally, what happened if one of your employees is so lazy? Well, you lay him off, or you encourage them?
If they're being lazy, I tell them to do something.
Oh,
If they
really?
don't do it, I send them home for not listening.
But what happens if they want to do but they have no motivation to do? You give them some more, you raise
If
their
they have no
salary?
motivation, then I tell them that this is not the place for them. They can move on to somewhere else.
Oh, really?
That's why.
Thanks, Sally, boss lady.
You're top lady, right?
If you go to work, you need to be there to work. It's a job. It's not a place for you to hang out.
It's not a place to enjoy life.
But if
It's where you suffer.
they have bad day, if they have bad day,
If
and
they have a bad day, I tell them take a minute.
1 minute, that's not enough.
I give them more a minute, but I give them time, and it's pretty much, hey, I understand you're having a bad day, but this is a place of work, and if you're going to translate that to your guest or to your work, then you need to go home.
That's the reality of life.
You can't take out your anger at your job. Your job didn't do anything.
Yeah, not.
If it is your job, then maybe you need to find a new job.
How can you still work with the patient?
I sure do.
Oh, okay. What happens if your patient don't have any motivation to move around? You yell at them?
No, of course
What
not.
do you do?
You just have to keep encouraging them. One, you can't yell at a patient. That's like really shitty.
Okay.
You just have to really encourage them, and like, my thing is, oh, the doctor really wants you to walk. Then like that gets them up typically.
So you give them some candies, that's a part of motivation?
Not candy.
You gotta get healthy.
Applesauce.
No. Just be like, you'll get better, because like it's a neurosurgery floor, so like if they just lay in bed, they aren't gonna get better. They have to get up and walk. So that's really, I just tell them it's for their best interest. Then the family comes up and they help a lot.
Who is in position of leading other people?
Hazing.
Leading, guiding others. What do you do then?
Well, I don't do it now, but I've done a lot of volunteer work and stuff
Okay.
like that. And when you are coordinating with a lot of people, positive reinforcement works a lot better than.
So how could you motivate them to do their job?
I haven't.
I mean, if you.
Somewhere else.
A lot of people need to feel like they are doing something good, even if it's a menial, lousy job. And so, like, I was a manager at a pizza restaurant, and if I needed somebody to really, get on the ball, I would say, hey, do you mind helping me out and just doing this real quick? And I think if you give them a concrete task and a sense of purpose, that's the best motivator. Because most people do want to accomplish things and to help each other out. As opposed to saying, hey, do this. That's not going to get anything done. That leaves a sour taste.
You give them some reward?
Yeah, well, just, like, hey, thank you for help. Like, if you appreciate people.
High fives.
Yeah, I don't know, I think appreciation goes a long way.
Anyone else? Anyone in the leadership role? Yes, when you do, you are leading someone else?
I'm the president of a chapter organization on campus.
Or how many members do you have? 1,000? 40?
What organization?
Global Medical Brigade.
Global Medical
Brigade.
Oh, for what?
Have a great example. Global Medical Brigade.
What's that?
We're a student-led organization. We train health and we bring volunteers to third world countries and do medical procedures.
So you have to be a student, right? Oh, good. So you're president? Good. So how could you motivate your members? You give them some rewards, some incentives, and so forth?
It's kind of like
Respect.
I guess grounding our mission and goals into them again and just keep reminding them. And you yourself also have to be a good role model for them too. So that helps.
Anyone else in the leadership role?
Are you set, Phil?
Yes, you do?
I'm a coach. I coach martial arts.
Okay.
So, I guess my leadership role will be helping other people how to extend themselves, learning how to take breaths and those situations. So, yeah, it's pretty fun.
So that is what we call skilled means in Buddhist view. You understand that? You give them motivation, you give them incentive, you give them reward, you motivate them to do the thing that you think is good for them and good for you and so forth. That's what skilled means, right? You motivate your son to do homework by giving him the candy, whichever.
Well, he's 3, but I work with refugee children too, so.
Oh, really?
And they don't read well because they don't know English.
And you give them some candies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This has a skilled mean, right? We use some ways to help them, to encourage them, to motivate them. That's called skilled mean. Okay, number. Where's number again? Number 5.
My name's on there?
Yes,
Can you
number
scroll
5.
down?
Yes. Yeah, number 5. Please. Holders. Oh.
I did number 5.
Yeah, you say it, right? Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just hold now.
So basically the Pure Land concept, it's basically when like someone gives up like their own goals and stuff to I'm not sure if they're still trying to break the cycle of samsara, but it's just to reach the Pure Land, and then from there they will try to reach enlightenment, and it basically happens through like reciting the Buddha name a lot in your life, and it also helps you like be able to predict your death and stuff like that. And yeah.
Who does number 5? You? Yeah, can you give him more?
No, can you get them more?
Oh, you number 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. There's one more. Please give him some more additional points about what is the Pure Land concept and theories. What's used? What's for?
It's used to.
It's a meditation, right?
Kind of. So there's many practice.
Like visualization.
Yes, visualization and what else? Recitation of Buddha-ness. But why? For what? What purpose?
Because in the Pure Land, it's basically described as a place. It's almost like in Christian heaven, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
there's
the point.
like all kinds of good food, and there's no heat or cold.
Yes. And so remember, wow, if you or if people here who live here remember what called 6 part of rebirth, remember we talked about that, right? If someone so tired of their life here, right, and they may look for the paradise, right, or Pure Land in Buddhism, right? What's meant by pure? What's meant by Pure Land?
Like nothing bad.
Nothing bad. You live forever. You won't have sickness. You don't need to see the doctor. You won't see this kind of problem over there. You live forever there.
Oh, like heaven?
Yeah, kind of heaven, the paradise, and so forth. There's a lot of similarity between Pure Land Buddhism and the Christian heaven. Yes.
Do you believe if, or do you think if everyone's perception of the Pure Land is different?
Yes, you can say that, but still, of course, in Mahayana Buddhism, it's laid out that kind of concept. That's what we studied, but the concept and theories of Pure Land Buddhism.
So what exactly is pure if everyone's pureness is different?
That means no illness, no death, no aging. You live there forever. Everything is pure.
I know.
Right?
Okay.
So that's why it's called Pure Land. That's yes.
Is there a Pure Land in like the other Buddhism Theravada?
Many Pure Land in Mahayana tradition, but not in Theravada. Only in Mahayana, not in Theravada. So, and that's why we talk about the other one, number 9, Pure Land in the Medicine Master Buddha. So again, the idea is that if someone tired of or boring of this life, right? This life is meaningless and so forth. There's a lot of suffering, so they want to go there. You may ask your parents, especially your parents, grandparents, if they are Buddhists. Most of the time they decide Namo Yidafak, right? You know, right?
Yeah.
You know why? That's the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha or Ayidapha.
Wait, what?
The Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha, that's why I'm talking in Vietnamese. That's called Pure Land, especially.
So he's in Pure Land right now?
Huh?
He lives in Pure Land?
No. Many elderly people, they want to go there by reciting Buddha name, Amitabha Buddhas. Yes?
With the mala?
Yeah. Yes?
Then is Pure Land just a state of mind?
You kind of the state of mind. And the state of mind, instead of thinking about food, and thinking about pizza, and thinking so forth, you think of Buddha. Makes sense? You think about that Pure Land place. That's why we have the next one, the number 6, Buddha's number 6. Okay, we talk about 16 contemplation, visualization of Buddha, how it's pure and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. Yes?
But wouldn't that be like an attachment, technically?
Instead, it's attaching to your pizza, to your cars, and so forth. You attach your book with Pure Land there, so that whenever you go there, you live forever. It's a form of attachment, but still, it's good attachment.
Yeah, it's like a practical one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to number 6 then. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please. What is the 16 contemplation about?
Okay, so the contemplation.
First, before more, why? Well, you have that visualization. Why?
Why do we need to visualization? Because
Why?
Buddha said that you can't get there unless you're able to visualize it, and to visualize it, you need to be able to let go and clear your mind and start seeing.
Yeah, like
the Pure Land.
when you contemplate on the Pure Land and the attributes of it, that draws you closer to it. It changes your spirit, and it makes you more likely to be reborn there.
So what? Okay, yeah, go ahead. What are the 16 ways of visualization?
There is the setting sun, water, land, jewel trees, bodies of water, trees, lands, and lakes, the lotus seed, the 3 sages, the body of Buddha of infinite lifespan, the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. Sorry, the Bodhisattva Mahatma Paratakta.
Sally, I think you should describe them.
Perhaps in
You just think about the different bodhisattvas, and you think about the Buddha, and the different people who have already aspired to the Pure Land, things like that. And
why? Why is that? What the purpose of visualize the land, visualize the people, visualize Buddha, what the purpose?
It's because if you align yourself, like what your thoughts and your state of mind with it, then it makes you more the type of person who would get in.
It'll show you the path. If you can imagine the path, you can walk the path. It's pretty much what I'm saying.
It's so practical, right? Now you have your career. You are in your major. How many you are in your major now? Okay. So you visualize yourself as a doctor yet? As an engineer yet? You do, right? That's what your path is for. So when you visualize that, you move forward that path, right? That's your goal. So there is the part of this visualization.
It's like driving. If you don't know what direction you're driving, you'll drive somewhere.
Yeah. So you like this lady? You say you want to go to Bali, right? You've been there before? So how does it look like?
I've seen pictures. It looks beautiful.
Okay. So you visualize that place, or you look at pictures, image, or the video clips about that, right? That's structural visualization. One thing before I move on. Why this visualization is so important? Why? Remember why? I explained to you already. Why? Why is visualization, especially before someone passed away? This kind of visualization is so important. Why? Why is that?
It brings you closer to the Pure Land, I guess.
Yes. According to Buddhist view, right? Especially if you work with the patient, you may need to know, especially for the one who are near death experience. Have you observed them yet?
Yeah.
So right before on the verge of death, if their spirit or the soul, whichever, we call the eight consciousness, leave the body, if you have that state of mind, the pure state of mind, you go there instantly, without spaceship. Why?
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. So when you have that state of mind, for example, if you think about your family members, you may go back with them. Remember I told you about the story that the grandmom come back as a bride. Remember that?
Oh, I heard those kinds of stories.
Yeah. So if you have that pure mind, pure thought, you go to that place. It's more suitable for your state of mind. Okay. So that's why this visualization is so important. Beside the Buddha names. Okay. So let's move on number 7, please. Buddha's number 7. What's the name here? He's not here. Kate, is that your? You know number 7? No. Kate, right? Oh, okay. Okay, number 7 is the sutra of who decide the sutra, the Amitabha Sutra in Vietnamese before. You do, Julie? You understand that? No.
Can you recite it?
Can
you recite it?
You do? Okay, could you understand the Amitabha Sutra? Can you explain for them, please? What's about in general? Yeah, what's about?
So it's basically these phrases that you say basically call upon all sentient beings to support you in whatever you're doing.
Well, anyway, so the basic meanings of this sutra is just to remind you that you have to have the faith with Amitabha Buddha. So that when on the verge of death, if you recite only 10 cents, that 10 of his, or 10 times of his name, you'll be born in his land, pure land, ultimately. You believe that? You just recite only 10 times of his names. It's easy?
Yeah.
No.
No.
10 times is not easy. Because what? Look up even now, while you're sitting here, right? Is it easy for you to concentrate on thing? No. You look at your laptop around too. You see that? Your mind is constant moving, is that right?
Yeah.
Now, Miss Paul, right? Your mind is constant moving. So you have not said that one thing yet. That's why it's not easy to read, especially for this sutra. It says that if you recite only 10 times of this Buddha name, because if we make 48 vows, then whoever recite his names at the verge of their life for 10 times, it will bring you there. That's it faith there. All right. So that's the meaning of that the sutra of Amitabha. That's the Amitabha Sutra. Have you recited it before? You know. All right. So probably the parent or grandparents used to recite this sutra. Okay. No number 8. Buddha's number 8. Yes, you.
I did.
Yes, number 8. And
No, and like.
oh, you just change this?
Yeah.
And okay, you too, all right? Okay, go ahead.
Number 8.
Yes.
So Pure Land is like, it's like in Mahayana Buddhism, it's said to be inhabited by many gods of Mahayana tradition, and it's basically a place with like flowers and fruits and like wish granting trees, and it's like the Pure Land is perceived as equivalent to attainment of enlightenment. So like when you enter the Pure Land, the person is like instructed by the Amitabha Buddha and other like Bodhisattvas until you complete enlightenment. And heaven for the Western people, it's not a place, but it's more like a condition of existence where God exists and like other holy angels exist.
So you go to the church every Sunday? So what's your view of the Christian heaven then? Is that eternal place, right? So how can you describe in the Bible how heaven look like?
The Bible describes it as a place that's not of this world, and the streets are paved with gold, and usually when we go to heaven, supposedly when we go to heaven, we aren't who we are here. So like, if our grandmother is in heaven, like, she won't look like our grandmother, but like, you'll know. Like, the spirits that are there, you'll know, and then we'll all get like a crown for all the good deeds that we've done thus far. So it's like a pretty place where you don't have to sleep and just praise Jesus all day.
So, yeah, how about you? About the Buddhist Pure Land compared with the Western heaven?
So we're about to die. We sing to the west will come into. Sometimes there are bad spirits that kind of dress and disguise themselves as the three saints of the west. So basically, sometimes you can be lured away from the Pure Land just by, not being mindful and not going with your instinct. And so, so the Amitabha Buddha and the two Bodhisattvas are the ones that give you to the Pure Land.
Okay. All right. So good. Now your turn, lady. Number 9, please. What is we just talked about Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, and now we talk about Medicine Master Buddha.
So, Yakushi is the Bodhisattva doctor. He holds a medicine jar in his hand and is attended by 12 gods, of whom represents one of his 12 vows. The main objective of his appearance among us is to cure us of ignorance, which is the most fundamental of all of the ills the flesh is heir to.
That's all?
The Sutra of the Medicine Buddha is among the most popular texts in East Asia, along with the Amitabha, the Lotus Sutra, and the I can't say the other one. The new translation freely available is, I don't know, yeah.
We study cosmology before?
Cosmology?
You have the class?
Oh wait, no.
Cosmology.
Oh,
You
yeah.
studied this before? All right.
No, I didn't study, but go ahead.
Okay, so right now,
Go ahead.
can you explain for about the galaxy and so forth? Can you explain to that?
About the galaxy? I didn't take the class. Luckily, I know this stuff. But
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Like people who study like stars, I forgot what they're called. Like Tom Cruise and stuff studies this. Oprah and whatnot. Like they believe in that. What is it called?
Scientology.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Same thing. So like they're like I guess the weird.
Scientology is a religion. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they still study it on the low. And there's like a whole bunch of different galaxies or whatever. So technically, like supposedly they just found this other planet that's kind of like Earth. But
They
it's
found
not
like
Earth.
16 billion other planets that are like Earth.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, really.
Maybe not.
Well,
that
just the
many.
one that's like the
Like
same size as Earth
All the
and just the most
Keplers.
similar to Earth they just found. And it's like
Because that's
plenty of
distant
different
distance from the
galaxies.
sun and it has to have water.
But I guess the way that they're shaped and the way that the orbits are is how things like happen in each planet. I don't know. It's kind of certain.
So
pretty
what
interesting.
type of galaxy that we here?
We have a
Milky Way.
Milky Way. So how many Milky Way we have?
Wait, what?
How many Milky Ways are there?
How many?
I mean, I got a couple in my bag.
Because we named it.
We
Five.
named the galaxies. The closest one is Andromeda, which is also a different shape.
Anyway, so
We killed that shape.
in Buddhist view, in the universe is so vast, that's uncountable planets. And we have what we call pure land and impure land. We're here in the impure land. Okay?
We're here in the impure land?
Yes.
Okay.
And we in the west of this land we call samsara. We call the western pure land of Amitabha. And the eastern part of this samsara is we call the eastern pure land of Medicine Master Buddha. That's what she mentioned about. It's all kind of pure land in Buddhism. that rated by the vows of Buddhas in the past. Okay, so they would just have introduction about this book. Okay, the last one, number 10. Folder number 10. Okay, so Anika, she's not here. Okay. Now let me show you. It's related to the art of the Pure Land. Okay, here. Have you seen this picture before? This is one. Can you see? Alright. So this image this is a Buddha, right? This is a Buddha. He extends the arms and rescue the believers, and Bodhisattva follows him to rescue. This is like in the Buddhist generation, right? That's the art. That's the art of the Buddhist. I mean that the Pure Land Buddhism there. So who have, especially a Vietnamese Buddhist, you have this type of image at home? How it look like Sally?
Like the painting, or I have like.
This one? Which one you have?
It's not Gangnam, right?
Huh?
Type 1 Gangnam.
Which one you have?
I can't see.
Can you see? Okay. Okay, so these are the picture, image of the Amitabha Buddha who rescued essentially of the faithful to the Pure Land there. Okay. And this one, is that right? This popular one, right? Sally, is that one? This one?
Yes.
And this is the lotus one is this is one is the compassionate Bodhisattva. Another one is the daughter Bodhisattva. Okay, before we go, let me show you short clip before you go. Okay, short clip about Amitabha Buddha land. You don't need to hear the you don't have to hear the volumes. This is in Chinese. Can you see?
Yes.
I can't see.
Can you see?
It's too bright.
Yeah. So in the past,
Make it full screen.
huh?
Full screen.
Oh, full screen. Yeah. No, I want to move this one here. Okay. And that's called with the 16 contemplation. Contemplation of the sun, contemplation of the water, contemplation of the lotus flower, contemplation of the Buddhas, Bodhisattva, and so forth in that Pure Land. Right? Okay, so that's all for today. But before we go, please remember, I like to see Julie. Julie, come stay back, and sorry, you stay back. Okay.